Every elected official in Florida is required by law to tell the public exactly what they own, what they owe, and where their money comes from. It's called a Form 6, full and public disclosure of financial interests. The idea is simple. If you're making decisions that affect the public deserves to know who you are financially and who might be influencing you. We obtained 4 years of Form 6 filings from a sitting Citrus County Commissioner, Rebecca Bays, and when we ran the numbers, they don't add up. Under Florida law, Form 6 requires 7 things. 1, your net worth as of December 31st of the previous year. 2, every asset worth more than $1,000. 3, every debt over $1,000. 4, every source of income over $1,000. 5, any business you own more than 5% of. 6, a certification that you've completed your annual ethics training. And 7, a signed statement under penalty of perjury. These aren't suggestions, they're legal requirements. Violations can result in fines and removal from office. So let's see how the filings hold up. We're looking at 4 years of filings, 2022 through 2025. In 2022, the commissioner reported a net worth of just over $200,000. By 2025, $1.88 million. That's an increase of nearly 900% in 3 years. Now, wealth can grow, investment rise, property values increase, that's normal. But when we looked at the specific numbers behind that growth, we found patterns that are anything but normal. In 2022, the commissioner listed her assets and liabilities. When we added them up ourselves, assets minus liabilities, we got a net worth of $288,000. But the form says $210,000. That's an unexplained gap of nearly $88,000. It happens again in 2024, a $5,000 gap. And in 2025, the largest gap of all, nearly $100,000. Only 2023 balances cleanly. There are legitimate reasons a gap can exist, but 3 years of mismatched math with no explanation on the form is a significant problem. In 2022 and 2023, the commissioner listed a business called Bays Unlimited, an insurance company she owns. It was valued at over $148,000 in 2022. In 2024, gone. No explanation, no corresponding cash deposit, no sale reported. And here's what makes it more significant. The interest in specified businesses section, the part of the form specifically designed to track business ownership, listed Bays Unlimited in 2022 and 2023. In 2024 and 2025, that section simply says NA. If the business was sold, where did the money go? If it wasn't sold, why isn't it listed? In 2024, a new asset appears on the form, Freedom Hill Farms, Inc., listed at over $133,000. By 2025, that same asset has grown to $337,000, a 152% increase in 1 year. Here's the problem. The Form 6 requires that if you own more than 5% of a business, you must disclose it in the interest of specified business section. In both 2024 and 2025, that section says NA. If the commissioner owns more than 5% of Freedom Hill Farms, and the asset value strongly suggests she does, that's a potential compliance failure under Florida ethics law. For 3 years, the commissioner listed a loan she made to Freedom Hill Farms as an asset, money owed back to her. In 23 and 24, the balance was identical, $123,485, exactly the same to the penny. That means no payments were received, no interest accrued for 2 full years. Then in 2025, the loan disappears entirely. Was it forgiven? Was it converted into an ownership stake, which might explain why the farm's asset value nearly tripled that same year? The form provides no answer. In 2025, something new appeared on the form. For the first time, the commissioner listed her real estate properties with ownership percentages. 50% here, 25% there. A joint bank account also appears by name for the first time. But those properties were listed in 2022, 2023, and 2024 with no percentage notation and roughly the same dollar values. Here's the question that raises. If she only owned 50% of those properties all along, were the prior year's asset values overstated by as much as 50%? That would affect the net worth calculations for every prior year. Or did the ownership structure change in 2025? Either way, the form doesn't explain it. Every year, the commissioner's Form 6 reports income from Michael D. Bay's State Farm, her husband's insurance agency. $75,000 in 2022, over $105,000 in 2023, $101,000 in both 2024 and 2025. But the interest in specified businesses section never discloses any interest in that business, not once in any year. If Rebecca Bays holds any ownership interest in her husband's State Farm agency, even as a co-owner, silent partner, or beneficiary, it must be disclosed. The forms don't explain the basis for that income. And without an explanation, the public has no way to know whether a disclosure is required or not. Taken individually, some of these changes might have innocent explanations. But look at the pattern across 4 years. A business disappears without a trace. A loan stops accruing interest and then vanishes. A farm business grows by 150% in 1 year. Joint ownership appears for the first time, raising questions about every prior year. And the math doesn't balance, not in 22, 24, not in 25. The Form 6 exists precisely for moments like this. It's the public's window into the financial life of the people making decisions on their behalf. When that window goes dark or when the numbers inside it don't add up, that's when questions need to be asked. The Florida Commission on Ethics exists to investigate exactly these kinds of concerns. Any citizen can file a complaint. Any attorney can request a formal review. The questions raised by these filings are specific, documented, and grounded in the public record. Is there a missing business interest disclosure? Is there an unexplained asset disappearance? Did the commissioner's husband's business require disclosure? Do the numbers on the form actually add up? These are not political questions, they are legal ones. The public deserves answers, and the law provides a path to get them. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Join the private group to get the receipts and private training. Yes, we will teach you the methods used to expose these criminals and to hold them accountable. Hit the support button on my profile and bring your questions.